It's time to visit with Dr. Tim McKinight from Trinity Hospital, Twin City. Talk to the doc. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
How are you?
If I was any better, I'd be twins.
You had a big weekend. I know you had a big family get together.
Yeah.
I was just browsing through your Facebook pics here, and
Yeah,
we
just dropped off my daughter at the airport. She's off to Mexico and then San Bernardino, California for a year and a half.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. We are excited to have you, as always, on Tuesday mornings. And today, we actually have a special guest because this ties in to Fit for Life, which is coming up tonight. Let's let everybody know the topic this evening and what we're going to be doing.
Tonight's topic is flexibility, and we'll talk about how important it is to be flexible, to keep your joints healthy, and to continue to move and do the normal daily activities without injury.
The older you get, the harder that gets.
We all get stiffer with age unless we work on it.
I can attest to that. And we have a gentleman that comes in just about every session for Fit for Life, and he's all about stretching and fitness. And it's Coach Hartzell with us. Coach, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm right here, brother.
How are you?
Tall, handsome, a lot of hair. Actually, I'm 5'5" and almost bald.
That's funny.
But anyway, I have a good imagination.
I love it. I love it. Well, you are the guy that, if you've seen any of the athletes before games, whether it be basketball, football, whatever the sport, you notice they've got those bands that they're stretching. You are actually the guy that came up with these bands, the inventor, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct. I invented jump stretch. I was the head football coach at West Branch High School, and one day I had my guys doing heavy-duty barbell squats, and 3 kids got hurt, and I asked a question of myself. I said, why couldn't this be done on some kind of a rubber product? And the name jump stretch flashed in my head.
Wow.
So I went about, I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I kept it with my bills. But at that time, I got a wife, 3 kids, teaching, coaching, selling. I don't have time to invent anything.
Wow.
So I got out of the teach-coach business, went full-time insurance, didn't like it. So one day I came home, I told the wife, I'm going to invent this jump stretch.
That's amazing.
So I took a wooden board, cut angulated slots in it, got some bands, an adhesive belt, was able to get a U.S. patent on it, and I've been marketing it now for 40 years.
That is absolutely incredible. You saw the need, light bulb went off, and it took a little while, but you created this item that you got to feel pretty darn proud when you see people using these items and helping them with their fitness and to stretch out before they go into a game.
Every time I see the bands, I think about it. I was up, Tom Brady's now selling bands. I worked with him. I was up with the New England Patriots probably, 10, 12 years ago, and got him started on the bands, and he really likes it. That's the only thing he does is stretch with the bands. That's
absolutely amazing. And what a perfect spokesman. I mean, this guy is in his 40s and playing at the top of his game. Still the best of the best, and if that's the only item he's using, man, that's gotta be everything you need to endorse the item.
Well, Dan Wathen was the strength coach at Youngstown University. Now, he did a study. He put half of the football team on barbell and half on rubber bands. Mm-hmm. The half on rubber bands won out in strength gains, vertical jump, and 40-yard dash. There's no need to put a barbell on an athlete's back anymore.
Wow.
And Steve, let me jump in and add to that Tom Brady story. I was on an airplane probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I sat next to a guy who was working with NFL athletes and helping them recover from foot injuries.
Right.
And we got to talking. It was a 3-hour flight. Well, Tom Brady was one of his best friends.
Wow.
And I asked him, I said, so this great athlete, you've been to his house? Oh, yeah, I'm there every couple of weeks. Well, what's his gym look like in his home? Well, he has a nice gym, but he doesn't lift weights. He does believe in staying flexible, and if you watch his videos, it's all about keeping those joints moving, staying flexible.
Right.
And that's why he moves like he's much younger than he is. So
it's
amazing what these bands can do for athletes and non-athletes alike.
Coach, you're going to be talking about this tonight because not everybody is a Tom Brady. The average person gets up in the morning and has trouble getting loose and moving. You're going to explain to us how something as simple as using these bands and stretching out before you do your workout or before you do any type of activity can make that easier for you, and you're going to feel a whole lot better for it.
Well, 365 days out of the year, when I get up in the morning, I go to the bathroom and then I start stretching.
Yeah.
I mean, I have already stretched this morning. I have already jogged a mile this morning, and I'll do more stretching as the day goes on. But you need to stretch 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year, and you don't have to take a lot of time. This morning I'm kind of hustling, so I only got about 10 minutes on stretching.
Wow.
But then as I watch TV, I also have bands available on my couch. So while I'm watching a football game on TV, I stretch.
Wow. And can I ask you, Coach, how old you are?
Well, I'm 79. I do a full split. I do a full split without warming up. And I'm going to do that now next in July. I turn 80.
Wow.
And I'll still be able to do a full split.
That is absolutely incredible.
I do it every day. I stretch every day, and I do full split. I'm in the store. People say, "Hey, I heard you could do a full split." Well, I drop down and do it. One Sunday, I'm coming out of church in my suit. I did a full split. The worst time was I was in New York in the suit. I did a full split, and I ripped my pants all the way up.
The funny thing is, you remind me, and I remember back in the 60s, Jack LaLanne would have his show on, and one of the things that he would show to people was you don't need a full gym, that you have a chair, or if you have a piece of furniture, you can still do a workout and help your body. It doesn't take all of these high-tech items, and here you are with this amazing band proving that you can sit on your couch and still stretch out.
No question about it. And Jack LaLanne was one of the guys that I watched on TV. My grandmother, back in the 1950s now, in my house, we didn't have a TV in my house. Truthfully, part of my time, we lived in a Greyhound bus. Then we moved into a cellar on dirt floors. So we didn't have a TV.
Wow.
And my grandma had a TV, and I would go down to her house and watch Jack LaLanne.
That's great. Yeah, he was very inspirational, and he was still fit in his entire life. Basically, he was still exercising and proving how important it was to do that. And Coach, that's what you're going to be talking about tonight as a guest at Fit for Life. Very inspiring. Keep up the great work, and we are honored to have you on the show this morning.
Well, I'm delighted to be here, and if folks come in tonight, if you have any knee pain or ankle pain or any joint pain, I'm gonna cover some of that stuff too. The flexibility and stretching is absolutely critical to good health.
Absolutely, well said and well proven, I guess, from your standpoint. Coach Hartzell, the name of the product again?
It's Jump Stretch.
Jump Stretch.
And yeah, now I redid my company here, and we're now called the Original Jump Stretch.
Okay.
The bands are called Flex Bands.
Okay, and we'll get all the details at Fit for Life tonight, but of course you can always contact Dr. McKnight at Trinity Hospital, Twin City, and we appreciate you taking time on a busy day, Coach. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. God bless, and you have a good day.
All right, Coach Hartzell joining us this morning for the program. Always happy to have him come and speak to Fit for Life. I know you've been a big fan of his for years, Tim, and 79 just ran a mile. He is the Jack LaLanne, basically. I mean, going strong, improving. Exercise is key.
And he probably didn't tell you, but I know every morning he does a couple hundred squats with about 300 or 400 pounds of pressure with his band. So this guy's like an Energizer bunny. And if you don't leave our class tonight with a spring in your step and a smile on your face, you haven't been listening, because it's just it's a story of hope and healing. And when he does these treatments for different joint pains, it's pretty amazing how quickly pain can be relieved. And if you have these bands and you continue to use them at home, it can really be a nice relief for a lot of the joint pains that people suffer from.
Yeah, I'm thinking about my wife and her, her arthritis and her
I
knee
think,
and things like that.
I think you guys missed this lecture last year. So, please come if you're able to.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you there.
Okay.
And we'd love to have your listeners if they want to show up at the hospital tonight, we
Right, this
we
is
like to
kind of
pack
one-
this in. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one that you kind of open it up for everybody to come in because
Absolutely.
Coach Hartzell is very inspiring, and so even if you're not in the Fit for Life program, you're invited tonight. Time wise, what time?
It's 5:30 in the St. Francis room, which is you can get directions once you get to the hospital, but it's one floor up from the entrance at the emergency room.
Fit for Life, and it's a great program. We are in week 8. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is week 8. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And of course, you didn't get in on this program, but it starts over again at the beginning of January, so it's
Right.
not too early to get signed up.
Right, and I think we did a lot of advertising over the weekend and this week, and so I think class is starting to fill up. So if you're thinking about it, just call and register, and if you can't do it later in the year, then you can schedule it another time.
Sounds great. Dr. Tim McKnight, always good to catch up, and Coach
you.
Hartzell with us this morning as well. And we'll do it again next Tuesday morning.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Talk to the doc right here on Big Hits WBTC.